So I was out at Pitt Race today. Couple things different today. One, camera setup. After 2 weeks ago at Nelson Ledges, when really fighting with the car through the wet, went back and watched the video from that window mount, and it just was very underwhelming. So I thought, let's try to reposition the camera in a way to show a little bit of the steering wheel work, a little bit more of the struggle in the cockpit, make it a little bit more, interesting. So I thought I'd give it a try today, and it definitely turned out, I think, a lot better. The track's not quite as clear, but you can definitely see the driver inputs a lot more about what's going on inside the car and sort of what I'm dealing with. Second thing new this time out was with NASA for the first time. Generally, I've done things with the SCCA, so this was my first time with NASA. They let me jump right into the intermediate group. So I wasn't really sure what to expect. The first session was a complete traffic jam. For whatever reason, we lined up in the grid with Miatas up front, and then a bunch of vets and M3s and M2 and my M2 in the back. So massive traffic jam. This is the second session. Definitely made it a point to get up front. I actually lined up like in spot 5 or 6 to give. There were a couple vets running on Hoosiers that were just flying, so I gave them some room to come up, but they ended up staying in the back, so I was able to come out first and was really able to get out hot on these first couple laps. Just sort of on the way out here, just trying to warm up the tires. This was there were 30 cars in the intermediate group, so it was a little bit crowded. Really big mix of speeds. So we had everything from a Spec 944, a bunch of Spec Miatas, a couple vets on slicks. There was even a Thunder Roadster running with us. It's a pretty broad diversity of cars. Finally getting the tires warmed up here, starting here really my best lap of the day, because it really was the one time that I was able to actually get a good lap without any traffic. And honestly, so much traffic today, I really didn't get to sharpen or tighten up my braking points, my entry points. Really only had a few clean looks at each of these turns without traffic to really test about how deep into the turn could I go, how much speed could I carry through the apex, because I was almost always coming up on slower traffic. So there's really only so many trial and error attempts I could make here. I was able to get a pretty quick lap here, not quite my best, pretty quick. I'd make a pretty big mistake here a little later in the lap, so definitely lost a bit of time there. Optimal lap right now, according to the timer, is 2:06. We could definitely if I could put 3 clean segments together, I'd probably be pretty happy with that. I'd love to get something done around 2:05, but I just don't think I can do it. I'm still running the stock Super Sports, and after about 2 or 3 laps, it was so hot today. It was probably 90 degrees, bright sun. The track was super hot. 2-3 hard laps, and my tires were done. So I was able to get really one peak run here before the tires just started losing grip. Session 3 followed this. We focused more on driving offline. Ran 4 laps offline, 1 flying green flag lap. Session 4, we worked on passing. So we did a reverse grid, fastest cars in the back, slowest cars up front, forced congestion, forced passing. But all in all, you know what? Didn't quite get as fast laps out there, didn't quite get to work on the line as much, but actually some of the side-by-side drills were actually really good for what they were. Kind of really helped develop me as I want to move more towards door-to-door and time trialing. So that's it. Heading back tomorrow.